Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 2 minutes. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 60 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lang. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins. Dr. Lang is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lang.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael Lang of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. This is the last show of August 2020, and we have a very welcome guest with us that I'm going to introduce in just a second. But remember, I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993 on multiple radio waves throughout the country, as well as live on social media all over the world. You can watch me on our Macular Health channel on YouTube. You can always go to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram. A lot of you watching us on all the social medias right now. And if you're watching on social media, you see the new setup we have in the studio so that we can have guests. We got this big plexiglass thing between me and the guest, and there's Doc Hall standing over or sitting over there in the microphone on the other side of the plexiglass, and that's why I'm leaning into it so you can kind of see both of us. But I want to take this opportunity to welcome an icon in the sports nutrition industry. That's Doc Hall. He's got a PhD in clinical nutrition and sports nutrition. He was the first to have a Gold's Gym here in Florida. He owned the largest sports nutrition center in Florida. And now he's on the Lang Eye Care team, the Dr. Michael Lang team, the Fortified team. And he is an asset, or I should say he is the asset to our Fortified whole sports nutrition arena. So before we go to take any other calls or anything, let me just introduce Doc Hall. Doc Hall, say hello to everybody.
Good morning, and it's so nice to be here live. We've done some shows via telephone, and it's just not the same. It's nice to be back in the studio, and we spent most of the day yesterday together, and we're back in the studio today, and it sure feels good. And looking forward to hearing from all of our callers out there. And I want to do a shout out to our listeners rather in Nashville. Call us. let's get some lines open and get you calling in from Nashville and Tennessee area. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, actually, you had a store in Nashville at one time, didn't you?
Absolutely. Back in the 90s, I had it was the largest sports nutrition store, and that's really like the cutting edge time of sports nutrition. There was really not such a thing out there, and we had equipment and supplements and everything. It was huge. It was great, and it was great to be in the Nashville area, and I had a lot of celebrities, a lot of entertainers coming in from time to time. And you never knew who was going to walk in the store next. So it was a good time in Nashville. And, we want our callers up there and our listeners and to call in and let us know that you're listening out there.
All right. I love Nashville, too. It's a great town. So that's a new radio station that we're on there, WLAC. It's an FM and an AM station there, and it's a mega station. So it has a lot of people listening. So we've been in Nashville now for about a month. So all of the listeners out there, especially in Nashville, you want to learn a little bit more about myself and Doc Hall, you can go to our website, fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE. Remember, I'm an eye doctor, so that's why it has EYE on the end of it. It's kind of a play on words. Fortify, FORTIFEYE.com. All the supplements that I've developed and Doc Hall's been involved with, we put the latest of the latest. No bad binders, no bad fillers. We don't use any sucralose or aspartame or artificial sweeteners. Everything is natural. I mean, the body is an amazing piece of equipment, and we got to give it the right fuel. Like I always say, God made a good body if we give it the right fuel. And we like to think that Fortify line of supplements and the sports nutrition line of supplements is the right fuel. And we're going to talk in more depth about that. But before we go to the first caller, let me give you phone lines. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Before we go to the first call, I always try to give a special. This is the best special I've ever given on this deal. This is our Paleo Simplified Praline Crunch. Me being from New Orleans, on Nolans, I've got that praline flair. I love pralines. I love roast beef po' boys and oyster po' boys and crawfish etouffee and seafood gumbo. But this praline crunch is a healthy crunch. It is gluten-free, and get this, oat-free, okay? Gluten-free, oat-free. It has, it's delicious. Now, how do we make it so good? It's got organic bourbon vanilla bean and organic bourbon vanilla extract. That's the secret ingredient and has that praline flavor. It's also got organic chickpea flour, organic coconut sugar, organic coconut oil, sunflower seeds, almonds, pecans. It is amazing. So this deal we're running on this is, we've never run this deal. This is not even a break even. We probably lose money on this. We have to charge you for shipping. But we're trying to get this in a lot more people's hands, all right? It's delicious. It's good for you. It's usually $7.80 a bag. We're charging only $5 a bag. When you buy 3 bags, you get 1 free. So that's like $3 something a bag.
Mike, let me break in here just for a second. You passed this special on to me the other day, and I don't question anything. We talk every day anyway, and like that. But I questioned this because of the price, and it was actual price of this comes to $31.20 for 4 bags. You're getting 4 bags for $15.
Right, $15. So that's like $3.30 or something a bag.
That's right. You're buying 3 bags at just $5 each, which that's discounted, and then we're throwing in another bag with it. So you're getting 4 bags for the price of $15.
Yep, it's a good deal. And the reason we're doing this is it's all about marketing. I don't like to lose money, but you spend a lot of money on marketing. If we can get this bag in somebody's hands, they love it. They buy it down the road. So we're giving you guys a great deal. Go to fortify.com. Go to the section where it's Paleo Simplified Praline Crunch. Do the buy 3, get 1 free. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. How's that? Nobody beats that. All right, we're going to go to the first phone call of the day. Let's go. It's probably our favorite caller. Always our first caller. Let's see. Bob in Ocala, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, doctors. Boy, what a double pleasure it is to talk to 2 doctors on one phone call. How are you this morning?
We're doing great.
Just as a little sidebar before I ask my question here this morning, there was a little bit of overfeed on the radio last week while I was on hold, and I thought I heard the voice of Scuba Scott. Is he around? How's he doing?
Nope. I think you were nipping a little bit too much whiskey too early in the morning, Bob.
Same when you're muted on the radio.
Yeah,
okay.
No, he has not been in the studio since this whole crazy times, this unprecedented time started.
Okay.
He was like my Ed McMahon, if anybody remembers that. You know, he was always in the corner, always saying something every now and then. So Scuba Scott is listening. We got to have you back because we can have you back. Look, Doc Hall. I was saying Doc Hollywood. Doc Hall is in the studio with me right now, and it's all legal because he's behind these big old plastic glasses. Wow. So, yep, got to have my Ed McMahon back.
We have a spot right next to me and a chair and a mic and everything ready to go. So come on in.
Okay, very good. Gentlemen, I guess this morning, to my surprise, Doc Hall, this one's going to go to you.
Okay.
I've got a 50-year-old son who is experiencing some, predominantly bone problems, back problems, shoulder and whatnot. And, he makes regular trips to the chiropractor to try to get himself readjusted. He's in a very hostile work environment that twists him and shapes him into a pretzel more often than not. And he pays for it. And I suggested to him that he really find himself an exercise routine to strengthen the muscles to hold him in place. He has been out of place, in my opinion, so long that even though the doctor puts him back where he's supposed to be, his muscle retention just turns around and jerks him right back out of place again. I suggested to him that he get into a fitness health club someplace and talk to a well-educated trainer because my son's talked to me and said that, well, I try this, I try that, and it's good for this, but it hurts someplace else. Well, back in my early years when I would saddle up to a lift bar, it was just dumbbells and whatnot. Now it's machines, and now every machine does a multiple of things. Now he's got problems with his lower back and his shoulders. So he was on a elliptical. He said that was great for his shoulders and his upper back, but it destroyed his hips.
Right.
So he came off the elliptical. I said, well, son, if you talk to somebody who knows the ins and outs of this kind of stuff, there's treadmills, there's stationary bicycles, there's all sorts of things that you can do without bringing your hips into bear and causing you some more problems.
Well, you
have any suggestions for me, Doc?
Absolutely. Couple things, Bob, that I would suggest. Two different avenues, two different paths to go here. And one, obviously, is the exercise. He has to build up that core strength, and that will help the lower back. That'll help, in fact, the whole back. People don't realize that. But that's like the superstructure of the body. And you build that up, and that helps the back. The other pathway is stretching and massage and chiropractic and different alternative methods like that, and they all seem to help. Now they will help in different levels to different people, and but he has to get on a consistent exercise program. It can't be a hit or miss. It can't be where you just walk in the gym and, well, what do I want to do today? No, it can't be like that. It has to be, okay, on Monday I do this, on Wednesday I do this, and on Friday. If he could get to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, honestly, I feel he would see a big difference. And but he has to be consistent with it, and seek out that professional. And if nothing else, you can certainly rely on me, and I'll try to set him up. I obviously can't go to the gym with him, but I can put him on the right path with that anyway.
Well, that's an encouragement, Doc. I will. I'll talk with him over the weekend and convey that. But that was my thought. That there are you don't have to stay on the same machine.
No, absolutely not. No, because that's
do something else.
Well, that's why he probably overdid on the elliptical and like that, and you just can't do that. and I can direct him in ways that, you don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be painful, and you don't have to walk around for the next 2 or 3 days being sore after a workout. And I would suggest our fit for him too, because that's going to help him recover after the workout. And even when he goes to chiropractic care and he goes to massage or acupuncture, acupressure, any of those, the fit afterwards helps the body heal. There's no two ways about it. All of the 10 ingredients in there are formulated by Dr. Lange and myself to bring that forth. And I would very much suggest the fit for him. But we got to get him on exercise program, and that and stretching is excellent for that. I mean, it really is. People tend to not do that, and but it works. It really does work.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. I will call him this weekend and let him know that. So if you get a phone call, I'll give him a heads up and have him introduce himself.
Please do, and just tell him to give me a call anytime, Bob. I'll take care of him.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Michael.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Have a good one. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. Actually, it's Ask the Doctors this morning. It's Dr. Hall and myself, Dr. Lange. 1-877-969-8600. Doc Hall was just talking about Fortify Fit. I was holding it up on social media. FIT stands for Fortify Intense Training. It is a supplement we worked on for 2.5 years. It has 10 of the latest sports nutrition ingredients in it. It works synergistically together. No sucralose, no aspartame, no dyes, no carrageenan, no artificial flavors. Folks, there's nothing like Fortify Fit on the market. My 14-year-old daughter takes it. My 92-year-old mom takes it. Doc Hall's 92-year-old mom takes it. Both of us take it, and thousands of athletes are starting to take it now. It's really catching on. As a matter of fact, Doc Hall and I worked out at 10 o'clock last night. He was with me at the lake house yesterday for a half day. We came to Tampa. We worked out from 10 to 11.
Yep.
Had a good workout, and we had a fit before we worked out and a fit after. And, we feel amazing. This morning we woke up. I made a breakfast for the family. Doc Hall said it was one of his best egg omelets. We had organic eggs. We had fermented cabbage, that's sauerkraut, broccoli, all right, goat cheese, something called drunken goat cheese, sauteed in coconut oil, and we had some organic grapes and some wata water.
Very good. Very good. Very good. And it started my day off right. But we did, I say this all the time that Michael and I both, we talk the talk, and we talk it pretty heavy, but we walk the walk too. And when we were driving in yesterday from Lake Weir in Ocala and over to his house, one of the things we were talking about on the way, what are we going to train tonight? What are we going to work out? We hit the gym about 10 o'clock last night. About 11 o'clock, we went out on his veranda, nice breeze coming off the bay, and sat there and drank our fit drink. And it was relaxing. I look forward to that. So if you haven't tried it, it's worthwhile. As I was telling Bob earlier for his son and like that, it's a recovery drink and it's a pre-workout drink all in one. So, and if you have any questions, you can always call me at the office, at the nutrition store, and be glad to explain it to you.
And also, before we take the next call, I'm going to just plant the seed. We're going to be opening Fortify Nutrition Center here in Clearwater. And it looks like, not 100% sure, but it looks like it's going to be Bayside Bridge Shopping Center right there in Clearwater near my home, right there near Safety Harbor, right next to Publix. And we're going to let everybody know a little bit more about that. I listened to all you guys and gals. Remember, 4 or 5 years ago, we had the Lange Nutrition Center. It was very busy. Then I sold everything to a big company and kept the Lange Eye Institute. So we're opening up a new Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater, and it looks like it's going to be Bayside Bridge Shopping Center. Not 100% yet that's the location. Very close. All right, we're going to take some phone calls now. We've been chit-chatting enough, so we're going to go to Steve first. Steve, thanks for holding.
This has got to be the greatest show in the history of radio with you two guys together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, I tell you, you two guys together are definitely the total package, no doubt about it.
So what's going on, my friend?
Have you been starting the race car so it'll start and run good?
Yeah, I did. I did start it the other day, and actually I drove it down the street illegally, drove it around the block illegally, and came back and then put it back in the garage just to make sure there's enough oil on those cylinders and everything's jiving the way it should be. And, I lit up the tires a little bit, and the neighbors probably didn't love it, right there on Bayshore Drive. So Bayshore Boulevard. But, every now and then you gotta do that. You can't just let the car sit. And, soon we're going to be back into full racing mode. I hear they're going to start letting spectators in back at the racetrack. So that means I'm coming back.
All right. Get the gas off your chest and get out there and let her rip.
You know it.
My question today is, my wife went for her checkup yesterday, and she goes to a big-time cardiologist guy in Sarasota, Dr. Shahawi. I don't know if you know him, but the blood test showed that her cholesterol was 190, and he's putting her on the medication for that because he wants her cholesterol to be down to 60. Have you ever heard of such a low number? I haven't.
Well, I mean, Steve, you have to look at everything. You have to look at all the different types, high density, low density. You have to look at the total number. You have to look at homocysteine, C-reactive protein, triglycerides, and then you can even look further at those lipids and break those lipids down even further. And then you got to develop a game plan. I mean, the cardiologist should know what he or she is doing. So I always say follow your doctor's directions. But, a 190 cholesterol doesn't seem that high to me. But once again, I don't have her blood test in front of me. And obviously, I always recommend people getting on an anti-inflammatory diet, a wellness diet like the Lange Survival Diet. I have many patients. Cholesterol normalizes on the Lange Survival Diet. So those of you listening, Google Lange Survival Diet or go to drmichaellang.com, drmichaellang.com, and go to the blog section and scroll down to Lange Survival Diet. I developed this diet. It's called the Survival Diet to help us survive into our hundreds, okay? So, like I said, I always recommend following the doctor's advice, but nutrition is so important. Nutrition combined with exercise, the right supplementation, can do wonders for blood chemistries.
Yeah,
also,
it could be maybe. Oh, go ahead.
Vitamin D levels and omega index levels, I recommend, getting her to have those tests done also, okay? And you can go ahead and continue.
I just was wondering if her LDL was maybe disproportionately high, and that's why he's doing this.
Right. So the bad cholesterol versus the good cholesterol. So if the ratio's off, then oftentimes doctors will recommend statin drugs. And I'll be the first to admit, I'm not a huge fan of statin drugs, but once again, I'm not treating your wife.
Yeah, she used to go to him a couple years ago and was on that Simvastatin.
Right.
And then she finally decided she wanted to get off all these pills, so she stopped taking it, and the cholesterol went to 190, which I thought my cholesterol was 180 when I went with my test, and the doctor was ecstatic about that.
Well, my mom, I told everybody this. My mom's cholesterol has been 350 for the last 25 years. All right. And my mom's 92. And if you've seen her on social media, she looks like she's, 72, and she's amazing. So cholesterol of 350. My dad, rest his soul, was a physician. And every time her cholesterol went up, years ago, tried to put her on a statin drug. My mom's an avid tennis player. Every time she got on a statin drug, legs started cramping. She couldn't play tennis. So Dad finally said, nope, no more statin drugs for you. But things have changed since then. And so, like I always say, follow your doctor's directions. Otherwise, you shouldn't be seeing that doctor. Okay?
All righty. Thank you so much. And it really is a great show. Doc Hall is very entertaining as well as knowledgeable. I had the pleasure to talk to him one time, and he told me a few stories about Gold's Gym and some wrestlers and stuff, and it was great.
Well, there's more stories to be told. Believe me.
Thanks for the call, Steve, and get ready to listen. Right. Get ready to listen to the guest that's going to be on in about 2 seconds.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're getting ready to go to the next call, and then it looks like Arnold's in the studio.
I think he's in the other room.
Hey, Arnold, how you doing?
Yeah, it's very good to be here with you today. I'm happy to be here in the new studio and everything. So I was on a trip with you guys a few months ago, and we had a lot of good times. So I decided to come back in today.
You didn't hit the gymnasium with us yesterday.
I tried to get to the gymnasium, but I couldn't get there. And but everything's fantastic anyway, so it's everything's good.
Right. What a guest. Let's go to Chris in St. Pete. Chris, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Doc. How's your day going?
Fantastic.
Okay, I got a question. I was in a head-on collision, 2011, February 17th at 2:45. I remember the car wreck. I woke up and I had a dot with a ring around it, and my right eye I couldn't see out of. And I'd seen Dr. Knapp Dr. Rosenblum, Dr. Shea, and I was wondering when they scope the eyes out, can they see the rods tore off the macular?
Wow, you're seeing some world-class doctors there. Well,
Yeah.
especially any type of trauma like that, you can have some serious problems with the retina, okay? And it sounds like if you're having that kind of symptom, something probably happened to the macula. That type of impact can cause vitreomacular traction. It can cause a retinal detachment, a retinal tear. They can certainly, with the technology we have today, with the digital imaging and the OCT, that's called optical coherence tomography, we can see if the retina separates where the cones are, the interface where the cones and the rods are. Absolutely, they can see that to see what kind of issues you're having. And they should be able to determine why you're having those symptoms. But are you still having those symptoms even this far out?
Yeah, they determined that it was brain damage, and it's 20 times 400 non-corrective.
Right. Yeah. So traumatic brain injury is what you probably had, and that can affect.
Yeah. So.
Right. Visual field loss, all sorts of visual problems. But Chris, look. You got to look on the bright side of every coin. You're able to call us today, and you're alive.
Well, I mean, I can feel just a little bit out of the corner of my eye. My right eye is totally gone, so the other one's really compensating, and I have to write really big. I have to put everything to my face, and it's just been a nightmare. And I'm on disability, and the government's saying that I'm not blind enough. So I'm like, I've seen the best doctors in Florida. And being filmed shopping and being filmed, they're not saying that I'm not blind enough. And I just don't I'm not driving a car. I'm not riding a bicycle. I'm just walking down the road with my blind cane. I mean, I just don't understand. This has been a nightmare for the past 9 years. Like I said, I've seen Knapp, Shea, Rosa, the state doctors. They all signed me up, but they act like I'm driving a car.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy times. It's so ironic because sometimes it's difficult to get people on disability when they're vision impaired, but yet you go in and have a little back pain and instantly you're on disability. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, man, I'm probably the most filmed guy in St. Pete, and it's just getting ridiculous. All these doctors have signed me off. I've gone to the neurologist. They said I had brain damage. I'm just barely hanging in there. I have to write gigantic. I have to write just like 7-inch letter numbers or whatever on paper.
Right.
It's been nothing but a nightmare. And I was just wondering, when they scoped the eye out, did the rods tore off? When you scope the eye out, can they see the rods broke off the macula or whatever that word is?
Well, they can see any type of damage. Absolutely. They can see any type of damage. But oftentimes the retina and the eye looks very good inside, and it's neurological. Like you said, it's a traumatic brain injury that caused this. Remember this website, magnifyingaids.com, and they actually have a place in Largo. You can get somebody to drive you to their business in Largo, magnifyingaids.com. Tell them Dr. Lange sent you, and they will sit down with you and show you some amazing low vision technology that can help you maintain and sometimes regain your independence. So check them out. Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, I got real nervous here. What's that facility or that place?
It's called Magnifying Aids, and it's in Largo. It's on East to Bay in Largo.
Magnifying Aid in Largo.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Largo. And God, thank you. And they might be able to help me just a little bit.
I bet they can. And I want you to go there, and then you call me on a radio show and give me a follow-up and tell me how everything goes, okay, and what kind of technology we're able to get to help you, all right?
Yeah, I appreciate that. And like I said, I've seen the best doctors in Florida. They've all signed me off, and the government says that I'm not blind enough. I just don't understand what's going on after I've been signed off, So I will give these people a call and see what they can do for me, and then I will call you after I see them.
All right,
and
Chris.
You have a blessed day, brother.
Yeah, and
Thank
hang
you
in
for
there.
all your help.
Hang in there.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Keep the faith.
You have a blessed day. All right, man.
Keep the faith. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. I know we're getting loaded up. 1-877-969-8600. A shout out to all of our listeners in Nashville. Of course, all of our listeners all over the country, but Nashville is the newest radio station. I want to mention a couple of new things that are coming out with Fortify Vitamins. We've got our new superfood that myself and Doc Hall have been working on. Our new superfood, we're adding broccoli, we're adding probiotics, we're adding enzymes, all right? We're removing the spinach, but we're keeping everything else. And we're adding something called a Peak O2 enhanced aptogenic mushroom blend, which is actually pretty amazing. And your price is not going up. So, Doc Hall, just briefly, that's a pretty good idea, don't you think?
Absolutely. We were looking to tweak it a little bit, and we really, we didn't take anything out. We just added to, and the Peak O2 system, and that's Peak O2. What that is an endurance factor and a recovery factor, and it's amazing. Dr. Lange and I both did exhaustive research on mushrooms and how they work in the system and the different types of mushrooms and this and that. And we came up with this, and it's fantastic. I mean, it's about to break loose here in the next month or so, and we'll have it out. And we also have the performance line of superfoods too. So all of you athletes out there, I'm going to work real hard on that for you to get you involved in that, because I'm it's not just about the game and about participation and like that. Whether you're a bodybuilder, a weightlifter, or runner or whatever, you have to take care of the whole body, and this helps do that. The superfoods are fantastic.
Right, and so the Fortify Organic Blue Green Superfood, I hate to tell y'all, we're probably going to go on back order in a week or two, but then another couple of weeks we'll have the new formula out. Remember, the new mushroom blend, the Pico 2, has some science that shows it enhances performance, boosts energy and endurance, extends the time to exhaustion, elevates peak output, power output. It's a blend of 6 different mushrooms that still remain FODMAP free. So if you have IBS, you can still take it. All right, we're going to go back to the phones. They've been waiting patiently. Let's see. Hey, Bruce, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning. Thank you. I have macular degeneration. I have intermediate in one eye and low risk in the other. And both doctors I've seen, one was for a second opinion asked by the first doctor. In both cases, they wanted to give me the ARIDS 2 formulation. It's got the 400 IUs of E and 80 milligrams of zinc, both of which I'm not keen on taking. I'm not sure about the problems associated with that much E, but especially that much zinc. Mm-hmm. And my understanding was, and what I've read, is that during ARIDS 2, they randomly gave half the participants 25 milligrams of zinc and saw no significant difference. But because there was no placebo involved, they said, well, we have to say continue with the 80,
right?
From ARIDS. So that's where I am. And anyway, I don't know what your feelings are on that amount of zinc and E.
Great question. So I'm not a big fan of 80 milligrams of especially zinc oxide. I don't love zinc oxide. All nutritional experts, me being one and Doc Hall being the other right next to me, we all know that you probably shouldn't consume more than 40 milligrams of zinc at any given time. All right. 40 milligrams of zinc is plenty. All right. Anything above 40, you're going to need extra copper. But the other thing is, most of these formulas you're talking about are using synthetic vitamin E. All right. Synthetic vitamin E isn't the best form. And they have a lot of dyes also in the vitamin formulation. The formulas that I develop are all about, trying to put the minimal amount of things that could potentially cause any harm, right? So we do have a formula. We're going to be changing the name soon, but we have a formula, AREDS 2 Plus like formula made by Fortify. It has natural vitamin E. It has a vegetable capsule. We've only got 30 milligrams of zinc in it, no copper. We have the same amount of lutein and zeaxanthin. We've added resveratrol and added astaxanthin. So that's a pretty decent formula. But I was the first to develop a zinc-free macular degeneration vitamin. So we have one called Zinc-Free Macular Defense. And you can go to the website at fortify.com. We have one that's regular. It has 30 milligrams of zinc. and then one with 0 zinc. And the way you really know, you can go to your doctor and have a DNA test done if you want. We used to do a lot of these when I was involved in the development of these nutraceuticals. And we can check your DNA because there's a certain percent of the population based on their DNA that high dosage of zinc is actually bad, okay?
Right.
So that's
right.
why I created zinc-free macular defense. But also during this crazy time that we're having, this unprecedented time, I kind of recommend the Fortify Macular Defense because it does have some zinc in it, but it doesn't have the high amount of zinc. And zinc has its benefits, okay, with the immune system. And also it has quercetin in it. And quercetin helps the zinc. It acts as an ionophore, and it has bromelain that makes the quercetin work better. So this is a thought-out supplement. It's called Fortify Macular Defense or Zinc-Free Macular Defense. And I recommend just going to our website, fortify.com, check it out, learn a little bit about it. But remember, just a supplement, there is no miracle pill out there for macular degeneration. There is no miracle pill, all right? It's a combination of lifestyle changes, weight management, sleep, hydration, the right diet. That's why I created the Lange Survival Diet, because it has the foods in it that have been shown to be beneficial for macular degeneration. Things like kale and spinach and blueberries and wild Alaskan salmon. As a matter of fact, go to my website, drmichaellang.com, go to the blog section, go to the first blog of the year, and it says the ultimate meal for macular degeneration. Read that, okay?
Okay. Excuse me again. So the name of the one that has 30 milligrams of zinc in it is it's Fortify?
Fortify. Go to fortify.com. And there's a lot of them on the market now that have cut the zinc back, okay? But here's the problem. A lot of them have cut the zinc back to 20 milligrams, 25 milligrams, but they left the 2 milligrams of copper in it, okay? So that's not good because then you get copper toxicity, which is worse than zinc deficiency. So I
was going to ask. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I was going to follow up with that when you said you left out the copper. I thought the copper was added because the zinc interfered with copper absorption.
It does. Zinc. High dosages of zinc will cause copper deficiency. That's why when you take over 40, especially 50 or above, you got to have a little additional copper with it, okay? But copper, when you have less than 40 milligrams, all the latest nutritional experts, less than 40 milligrams or less, does not need copper.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all to think about. Thank you. I'll check out the site, sure.
All right.
Dr. Ling, just a quick little note there on zinc. Check all of your vitamins that you're taking, your multis, and I sit down with people all the time, and I have them bring in their vitamins. Some people actually bring in shopping bags full or boxes full, and I try to reduce that if I can. But a lady was in the other day, and she was taking quite a few bottles of different things and multivitamins and like that, and she wanted us to switch over. But she was taking zinc in 6 different pills, and she really didn't realize it. And it was in her multivitamin. It was in a couple of special specific vitamins that she had. And so, it's really easy to just get too much, especially of zinc, because a lot of vitamin manufacturers just throw that in there. It's very inexpensive to add to a multivitamin. It looks impressive. And for years and years, that's what what the business did is it added zinc to everything. It was good for this, it was good for that, and then it ended up in everything. So kind of check your bottles and make sure that you're not overdoing the zinc.
Yeah, I've done that, and I kind of put them in a spreadsheet to see what I'm actually getting, because vitamin D is the same way.
Absolutely.
Everything's got D in it, and I know what gets my blood level to the level I want it. And anyway, so yes, that is a problem. It is a problem for sure.
Well, thank you so much for your call. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Bye now.
Take care. And that was a landmark clinical study. The AREDS 1 and AREDS 2 studies proved that nutritional supplementation in the right levels can have a positive effect on certain forms of macular degeneration. Like I always say, God made a pretty good body, but we got to give it the right fuel. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We're going to take a few more calls, and we're going to talk about a new dual shaker Dr. Hall has worked on. But let's go to Deborah in High Springs first. Deborah, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Lange and Dr. Hall. I'm calling in because I just recently found your program, probably in the last year, and have been enjoying listening to it. And you're always inviting people, come to our office in Ocala and meet Dr. Hall. He's more than happy to help you. Well, Dr. Hall was gracious enough to sit down with me sometime to go over some of the benefits of your products, and also we talked about what I'm currently on. I was the young lady, Dr. Hall, that was the water girl.
Oh, absolutely. I know who you are.
Yep. And so I'm really just calling in to thank you for your time. And hey, everybody out there, when Dr. Lange says come on down and see Dr. Hall, he means it. The offices were great. The information was very informative. And we're starting our way on to greatness.
Well, thank you so much for your compliments and comments. I really appreciate that. It's not an ego thing, but it just lets me know that I'm doing the right stuff for the right people. And you're welcome to come by anytime, and all of our listeners are the same way. Thanks so much.
Thank
you,
sir. Thanks, gentlemen. Have a great day.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
That makes it all worthwhile, Doc Hall, doesn't
Yes, it does. It certainly does. It really does.
So Doc Hall can be seen at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. And remember, we're going to be opening up a Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater soon. And hopefully it's going to be right at the Bayside Bridge Shopping Center. We're not 100% sure about that, but I'm 99% sure. And that'll be open hopefully in the next month, maybe earlier. And we'll have Doc Hall there for the grand opening, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of really cool stuff to aid in the body wellness factor.
Michael, I just want to interject just a little bit. I handed you the shakers, and I took the top off of one. I want to get this in because it's been a work in progress and a baby of mine now for almost a year. And it's a dual-sided shaker. You just won't find those anywhere. And what it's meant to be is you can carry two different liquids in it or two different powders. They have two different spouts on top that you can drink from. They have super seals. They are sealed on all four sides with snaps. And as I brought it to Dr. Lange the other day, the first comment is he says, "Wow, this thing's heavy duty. It's not going to break apart." No, it won't. It's meant for the long haul. But it has two compartments in it, and it's made ideally for our fit nutrition, our performance product, and also our protein. You can put the fit in one side, you can put the protein in the other. You have a automatic pre and post workout, but you can take it anywhere, and you can put anything in there. I had a customer bought one the other day, and she says, "Oh, this would be great. I'll take it to the gym. I'll put water in one side. I'm going to put fit and my protein in the other." It's perfect. And but they're available now, and I just put them online on Friday. So if you go on our website, you can find them there, and most certainly you can find them at our store in Ocala. So come in, and it's a very unique shaker, and people are picking them up like crazy.
Yep, and you can get them at fortify.com, FORTIFEYE. For those of you out there that are listening that don't have internet access, believing there's a lot of you, I'm going to give you the phone number for Fortify Vitamins in Ocala and the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala. Get a pen. I'm going to give it to you twice. 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And I hail from the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. So if you'd like to see me as your eye doctor, I'm a board-certified optometric physician as well as certified nutritional specialist. If you're in the Nashville area and you want a great eye doctor that's a dry eye guru, go see Walter Choate, Dr. Walter Choate, Choate Eye Care. You can't go wrong. He's a dry eye expert, and he handles the Fortify line of vitamin supplements there as well. All right, we're getting loaded up. We got a lot of people on hold, so we're going to go to rapid fire now. Let's go to Richard in Tampa.
Hey, am I on?
Yes, you're on, Richard. Good morning.
Okay, listen, a big accolade to Dr. Hall. He spent a lot of time doing some research for me. I take a blood thinner, Pradaxa, and I'm supposed to avoid vitamin K. And everything I eat, the raw vegetables, leafy green vegetables and all that, I could practically live on them. And he advised me that, he sent me a whole list of foods not to, that contain vitamin K. And he also said that I should stop taking blue-green superfood, and, which I thought was, really the best thing in the world. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to do to, replace all these nutrients that are in the leafy green vegetables that I'm not getting now.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you on Coumadin or warfarin?
No, I'm on Pradaxa.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because if you're on Coumadin or warfarin, it can interfere with your prothrombin time. What you need to do is talk with your doctor, okay? Because sometimes you can eat the same amount every day. So if you wanted to eat a little bit of cooked kale, a quarter of a cup every day, as long as you eat the same amount every day, then they can regulate everything. So, but talk to your doctor about that. I think Doc Hall was excellent because vitamin K can thicken the blood, and they're trying to thin the blood.
Exactly.
Many people have atrial fibrillation or pending strokes or whatever, and so they want to be on a blood thinner.
I've had 2 heart ablations.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's a problem.
Yeah, talk with your physician. Just ask, can I eat the same amount on a daily basis, and see what they say, okay?
Yeah, all right. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your comments, Stu, and give me a call anytime. I'm always in the office.
Okay.
Thank you.
I probably will.
Please do.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Now we're going to, I think it's Tammy in Clearwater. Tammy, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, praise the Lord for opening that new place soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I listened to my what my listeners say.
Oh, that's right. Well, I'm an old patient of yours. I'm still taking all your supplements, but I have a question on one. It's on the fish oil. I'm taking, I take the Super Omega fish oil that you put out, and I take 2 a day. And I started taking this. There's a product out on the market. I don't know if I shouldn't tell you the name of it, but they're put out by 2 chiropractors, and for people with lots of pain. Mm-hmm. And I tried it, and it's got omega-3, resveratrol, and caroline, I think it is, and curcumin. And after taking it for about 3 weeks, I take it's 1,600 milligrams of fish oil. Mm-hmm. The pain, I have severe pain in the neck from a whiplash a long time ago, and arthritic knee. And the pain was almost gone. And then about a week ago, I stopped taking it, thinking I'm taking too much because they have 1,600 milligrams. So altogether, I'm taking 3,000. I don't want to give up yours, but is there any problem taking 3,000 and keep taking theirs? Because as soon as I didn't take it for about 3 or 4 days, the pain came back.
Yeah, well, I'd get back on it. It sounds like it's working. It sounds like a pretty good formula. And no, you can take 3,000 milligrams. That's not going to harm you at all, okay? It's going to be anti-inflammatory and may be beneficial. But, yeah, I would get back on that because it sounds like a good formula and it sounds like it's working. So if it's working, keep it up, okay?
I think you're hearing about it. It's on TV and the radio. And I thought, well, I don't usually get these things, but some of the reputable people that are taking it and advertising it, I'm going to give it a try, and it does work.
All right.
But I'll take it until I come up to see you, maybe in your new place there. Maybe I can get something up there. But
perfect.
Okay, I'll take the 3,000 without any problem.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the call.
Thanks for being there. God bless. Have a blessed day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And then certainly let your physician know what you're taking. And when they do their blood chemistries, if they do that, then they can always make sure everything is A-OK. All right, we're going to the phones. I think we have Dr. John Poser on the phone from Gainesville, Florida. Dr. John.
Hey, Dr. Hall.
Good morning.
Mike, how you doing? I want to say hello. I'm actually in Tampa working myself. But, of course, I was listening to your show. And now that you two are together, it's even a greater show. But my question is, I'm familiar with the Wata, Nashville.com. Could you maybe just, give me a little review of how that helps in exercise as far as hydration and energy when you're working out? Because I know you do sell it there in the store.
Yeah, interesting. We're both holding up Wata water on social media. We both drink Wata water. It's the only polarized, positive charged water on the market. All right. And the guy that developed it is really a genius. And the clinical science behind it looks pretty promising. And we use it when we use our Fortify Fit and post-workout with our Fortify Super Protein, our grass-fed whey isolate. And the Fit, we use it. And what most of the feedback that we get is it seems to help with recovery. It's supposed to help hydrate much better than regular water.
Right.
I mean, we've been getting some amazing feedback, right, Doc Hall?
Absolutely. I haven't had anyone yet that has tried this and been on it. I mean, you just can't drink a bottle and expect, a life-changing a thing to happen to you. But I have a lot of customers that this is the only water that they drink. And I'm the same way. Dr. Lang's the same way. And I feel a difference. I really do. I like it. It has a very clean taste to it. It doesn't have that metallic aftertaste or any of that. So, if it wasn't the dual polar type thing, or it was just the taste of it is worth taking it. So it's very positive water all the way around.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. They did a study at the University of Florida, and it does increase vitamin absorption by 400% compared to regular water. So that may help, take Mike's vitamins into the cellular level.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
If they're transported at a higher level like that, then most certainly it's worth it. That's just an added benefit.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Okay.
Good talking to you,
Dr.
Poser.
John, thanks for the call.
Thank you, sir.
And Dr. Poser is a highly reputable plastic surgeon in the Gainesville Villages and Tampa area. That's Dr. John Poser. Quite the character, also.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't know how much time we have. Let's see. It's a countdown. 1 minute left. We're going to go to Susan in Silver Springs. We're going to have to go really quick. Susan, thanks for holding. We're going to have to be quick. Hello, Susan.
How are you gentlemen doing? I just saw Dr. Hall the other day. I came in the office there. Anyway, my doctor has me on zinc, and I know a lot of other people are on it because of the COVID, but my form is zinc bisglycinate chelate. Is that a good form of zinc?
Yep. I pretty much tell everybody I like almost every form of zinc except zinc oxide. So
okay, yeah, you mentioned that, so I thought, well, mine's different. I wonder if it's okay.
I think you're fine. Susan, we got to go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Susan. It was nice talking to you the other day.
And Doc Hall, I want to thank you for being in as a guest on Ask the Doctor. And we'll do it again real soon.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much for having me.
We're out of here. Have a great day. God bless you.
Go enjoy.